circling.
Yep. You think it might be the connection?
Yeah, something's up maybe with the weather.
Well, yeah, possibly.
Usually the Wi-Fi is really good because that's not even Wi-Fi; it's a direct link.
Ethernet.
And there you go, Ethernet.
Remember dial-up internet?
You don't remember that. You're too young.
No, I'm turning 30. I'm about to be 30. AOL was a thing back in my era. You got mail.
Yeah.
Remember, and you had to unhook your
phone
line, to
dude.
Yeah.
And then
you were on the computer. You were online, and then somebody would. I got a call.
Yeah. That would happen.
X that thing out right there. Let's go on top.
And for me,
What does it say? It's going, no? ¿Qué dice?
Unfortunately, we can't start your broadcast at this time. Please try again.
Try it again. I have one last week too. Okay, hit skip. All right, there you go. It's going. There we are. We're live. Okay. All right, guys. Instagram. Sorry about that. Now we're live over on Facebook. That camera's Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. That camera's Instagram right there. All right, guys. Good evening. Good evening. How you doing, Jorge? Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Today is February 12th, 2025. Here in the cold Chicago weather, Santa Ana, as we have our Chicago native over there as our audience today. We're trying to keep them quiet. Anyways, thanks for checking us out. We're here every week, bringing you guys entrepreneurs, people in the business. My name is Luis Mier with OC Biz. We're out in the community, connecting, collaborating, and making community. So, we do events for businesses, we do ribbon cuttings, we do our monthly breakfast, which is coming up on the 28th of February, which we'll talk about later. So glad to have, first of all, the fireplace going. That's the first thing. And nice little coffee here, coffee drink.
Excellent coffee.
Excellent. Thank you. And have my friend Jorge Miranda, who I've known for, we were just talking about the other day. Anyway, like 15, 20 years on it. We ran into each other at real estate events and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, we started doing different things. He's an entrepreneur here in Orange County. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Jorge. Y es en inglés y en español, como quieras, Jorge.
No, you guys,
whatever you want. Yeah, the audience is,
is bilingual.
Multi-talented. I actually might even have some people in the Philippines watching.
Oh, good. The Spanglish, right?
The
Spanglish.
But tell us about Jorge Miranda. Tell us about the entrepreneur. Tell us what you, first of all, tell us where you're from and where you grew up, and then we'll talk about what you do.
All right. I was born in Mexico City.
El DF.
Yep, that's right. And
El defectuoso.
we're capitalinos, not chilangos like a
perdón,
lot of people say, right?
Perdón.
Capitalinos, right? Well, anyway, my parents brought me here when I was around 7, 8 to LA. We lived in LA for a while.
Okay.
And then I was about 5th grade, I think. We moved to Cypress, Orange County.
Oh, okay. Cypress.
So I went to Bessos Elementary, Oxford Junior High, and Cypress High School.
Were you the only Mexican there?
Pretty much.
Because Cypress no hay Mexicanos, man.
Actually,
even now.
I played tennis. I was the top player in
tennis.
High school. Yeah, and I think there was another Mexican kid.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody else was white or Asian.
Right.
Anyway.
That's by the way, if you guys don't know, that Cypress is where
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods
came from.
Yeah, Tiger Woods.
I think him and I were the only minorities.
Probably, yeah. Tennis and he was golf.
It was golf.
There you go.
But anyway, and then I moved to Mexico City.
Okay.
I went for vacation. I got a few offers to go to university here, but I went on vacation to Mexico City.
After high school.
I stayed for 5 years. I finished up there what they call preparatoria.
Okay.
And then I got accepted to dental school.
Dental school.
In Mexico City. So I'm a graduate of UNAM. Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico.
Okay.
I'm very proud of that. Right?
Nice. Yeah.
So, and I do that once in a while. I take patients in Tijuana.
Okay.
I focus on mostly implants.
Implants.
I like implants.
What size? What size?
I'm sorry?
What size implant?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, that would be all right. You could have it. Yeah. So I did my thesis on surgery, so that's why I like doing that. But I came back home and I did all kinds of stuff. You know,
Okay.
and I worked actually in dental offices being a director of marketing.
Okay.
And then I went to real estate, which many years ago, and
Mhm.
I've done a lot of marketing. I had my own real estate company, finance company, and I got tired of it. And then on the line, I did a lot more consulting, which I do now for
Okay.
businesses.
Business
I
consulting.
do real estate, commercial, hard money, everything that is.
Tell me about hard money. A lot of people always question what
Yeah.
is hard money, and
Actually,
you know.
yeah, hard money is pretty interesting because a lot of people don't know it.
Yeah.
Is when you have a rope around your neck. You might have an NOD, which is notice of default, or you're in foreclosure because you haven't paid, but you have equity in your home.
Right.
So I'm able to get you a loan to get that transition, right? Sometimes we have moments where we're sick or a loved one passed away, we have a funeral, so you get behind on your mortgage and then the bank wants to take it, right? But that's where I come in.
Okay.
And I have a lot of investors that will give loans.
Okay. Then these are short-term
Short-term
loans,
loans. We can have up to a year sometimes.
about to a year. So then the rate's obviously a little bit higher because
They're
it's hard
higher,
money. It's not going
more
to the
costly,
banks.
but they're very lenient. They're very flexible, right? So we
Okay.
can get you and we can close it pretty quickly.
Okay.
So that way.
What's the average closing time? Like a couple weeks?
Sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
2 weeks, 2, 3
And
weeks?
sometimes a couple of months. Right?
Oh, okay.
It depends.
Just depends.
It depends.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so and I do consulting on businesses like they need money. I've done SBA loans. We do regular. I can do FHA and that, but I'm more a consultant now.
Consultant now.
Yeah. And what I transitioned because being in Mexico, I really love the culture. Right,
Okay.
I went back to my roots.
Right.
Right. I mean, we all do. Right. We as Mexicans, I think. Mexico's calling us. When we go back to Mexico, we feel a little different, right? I mean, we feel a little freer, maybe. And I've had a lot of people when I've gone to Europe, and you tell them you're Mexican. People get excited when you tell them you're Mexican. Yeah, fiesta, mariachis, tequila.
Yeah, that's all they know us about, right? Fiesta, mariachi, tequila.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool when you're traveling in other countries.
Okay.
The Colombians love Mexicans.
Yeah.
I've gone to Colombia several times for my business that I'm transitioning to. Well, not just.
Mhm.
I've been doing tequila. I have my own brand, which is Hacienda de la Barquera Tequila.
Hacienda de la Barquera.
In Emilio's, in Lakewood, and Total Wine and More, but in the Bay Area. But I was in Mexico. I really enjoy the culture, and I travel all over,
Mhm.
getting to know our roots. And I really love the tequilas artesanales.
Mhm.
But it was very difficult to bring tequila artesanal to U.S. because you have to get it approved in every single brand, right? So it's
Okay.
too costly. So I eventually created my own brand,
Okay.
which has no additives, no flavoring, so it's a true tequila.
True
Blanco
tequila.
reposado añejo. So
Blanco reposado. So no additives,
no
no
additives
sugars.
and no colors.
So there's some tequilas out there with a lot of
a lot
sugar,
of them.
a lot of like taste. They put a little bit of.
Most of the
Yeah.
big brands that you hear, they
Yeah.
have a lot of additives.
Right.
So you're not really not tasting the tequila. You're tasting the additives with it.
Well, like just like marketing, just because it sells a lot, it's the marketing behind it. Like for example, what's a better hamburger, McDonald's or In-N-Out, right? The better hamburger, obviously, because they've been a lot longer and they're marketing every single day is McDonald's,
Right.
but the quality is not as good.
I
So
agree.
probably the same in the tequila. You got the good quality stuff, but it's probably not as known as other brands that are out there
And some
because
of outrageous, the prices are
Yeah.
outrageous.
Oh yeah.
$200, $300, and you're going, but you're full of additives,
Yeah.
And you can't really taste the tequila.
Yeah.
A good blanco, you should be able to be sweet because of the agave, right?
Okay.
You should be able to taste the sweetness of it,
Okay.
right? And smooth.
All
You
right.
shouldn't get a headache, right? If you drink a tequila, a blanco,
Uh-huh.
you shouldn't get a headache if it's a good
If
tequila.
it's a good tequila.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
really important.
Very cool.
So
So then you got the blanco, you got the
reposado. and
reposado.
añejo.
So reposado means that it's been
Yeah, it's been in barrels.
In barrels?
Like
How long?
ours has 10 months in American oak barrel.
10 months American.
10 months oak barrel.
Okay.
And then the barrel obviously impregnates the flavor.
Yes.
It makes it really strong, and so you can have more complexity of it.
And that's why you got the
The
darkness. The
darkness.
darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the añejo, which is
Añejo.
14 months.
14 months.
14 months. And that gives it more complex because of the time in the barrel.
So like let's say for example, I don't know if that it's out there. Like I know like some of the wines, the older they get, the more their taste and more.
Absolutely.
So is there tequila out there that's maybe in barrels for
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
had
yeah?
5 years.
Okay.
I've had 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Very expensive. And those, I think it's criminal because they add stuff to it. It's already 12 years. It's almost like Scotch or whiskey, like
Okay.
single malt.
Okay.
You know, like single malt whiskey, delicious.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know, you really can't find that many in the U.S. You
Right.
got to go to Mexico, and there's some special place you can buy it.
Right. Well, there was a town in Mexico called Tequila.
That's right.
So
I don't know if
tequila,
you've been to
yeah.
it, but
I've heard of it, been by it, never been actually.
it's a great. Jalisco's a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the other question that always comes up with tequila is, where did tequila start?
Actually, what I've learned is that there's a city called Tequila, but there's a city before. It's called Amatitlan, and that's in Amatitan, and that's where they really started tequila. But because the city Tequila got hold of it first, they put their name on it, and that's the
legend.
That's the legend.
That's the
so I don't
legend.
know. I mean, I can't testify to that. But
Yeah.
that's what. But people in Amatitan, that's what they say. No, it should have been called Amatitan. But
Amatitan.
anyway.
But now tequila is like a worldwide name, and now everybody's drinking tequila all over the world.
All over the world.
All over the world.
It's overtaking a lot of spirits.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think we'll ever overtake whiskey. Whiskey is I think the number one.
Whiskey's number one.
Number one in the world because you can make whiskey, anywhere in the world and there's no problem. So whiskey, and there's fantastic.
The best whiskey is you can't say it comes from a certain place.
No,
It's just from
no.
different places.
I mean, Scotland has
Yeah.
amazing Wales.
Right.
Scotland, I mean, we all know, and the Japanese whiskey they say it's fantastic.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
all.
then now you're transitioning from tequila, you were telling me, to something else.
I
now.
do. I'm doing a
In the
new
process,
product. I
in the
need a new
process.
product that's going to be coming out. I think in about 3 months.
Okay.
And they're mixers. Those should be very exciting.
So those cans, like
They're
the
cans.
cans that kids like Oscar like.
Yeah, Truly, White Claw.
A él le gustan las, ¿cómo se llaman? Las Michelob Lights, esas.
I don't
Ultras.
know.
Pura ultra.
I like my tequila straight,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a real man.
These are going to be 355 milliliters, and they're going to be in cans. So, and they're going to be mango and tamarind, two flavors, and they're going to be with chile, right? Like a Mongonilla, and it's going to be 12% tequila. So that's going to, you get a couple of those. And so the convenience with it, I mean, that's what I'm selling, the convenience, because you're going to be in a can, you put it in the cooler, shake it, you drink it straight on the rocks or frappe, right? So,
Wow.
yeah, so we should be getting those. We're going to start in Mexico first. We're starting to look at it in the Oxxos
Okay.
in Mexico.
The Oxxos are the 7-Elevens of Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
But just to give you the idea, there's 27,000 Oxxos in Mexico. So they're huge. I mean, just in Baja, that's just in the area of Tijuana, Rosarito, Baja, 900 of them. So,
They're coming to the U.S. too.
Yeah, they're already in the U.S. There's one in Texas.
oh yeah,
And there's one in New Mexico.
and they
San
have
Diego, they're gonna
And they're coming this way.
yeah, and they have one they have them in Colombia and Peru, Brazil, and I think Argentina. It's a Mexican.
Are you
company.
going to Colombia?
It's in Colombia.
Yeah, talk.
Yeah, well, we should be
No.
shipping to Colombia. The mixers should be going to Colombia. I think I already have the brand registered in Colombia because you have to go through a lot of hoops in Colombia. Just like Mexico. Mexico, you have to have everything registered and sealed and all the approved by the government.
What city in Colombia?
Huh?
What city?
We're going to start in Medellin because it's kind of a party city, Medellin.
Mm.
Yeah, Bogota is more like a city. It's kind of cold.
Mm.
It's more almost so that
Hi.
almost like Chicago,
Yeah.
but not as pretty as Chicago though. Yeah. So, and I also do, like we're talking about with Luis, I'm doing some ADUs for people here in California. There's, as we all know, there's a shortage of housing.
Yeah. You are Mexican, man. You do a lot of things like me.
I do. We do. Well, we're kind of like, like HADD. I think.
So I told you, man. I was like, he's like, what do you do? I was like, everything.
We're like, I get bored.
You know my line. I already told you my line.
Yeah.
When people ask me, what do you do? I go, everything except men. And if the price is right, maybe.
That part.
Yeah.
So.
The
$20
price.
is $20.
ADUs, that's a big thing right now. I actually, I think you came that same day. I had some Chinese investors here today. I'm sorry, last week, that they want to do ADUs here, and they're prefab. They ship everything prefab, and they boop, boop,
They
boop.
have
In
great-
2 hours,
They have great.
in 2 horas, tienes un ADU. They only make them up to 600 square feet, which I told the guy, too small. You need at least 1,800 or something like that. At least 850, because you'll be able to fit at least 2 bedrooms in it.
That's right.
At least, because 600, you're gonna fit one unless you can put
It's
two.
like a tiny house.
Yeah, pero sabes que son puro, like, it's all glass.
Yeah.
It's all glass and they're partitions.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is set up all the plumbing and electricity, and then they come with solar panels.
Actually, I saw those in, there was an expo for Chinese
Mm-hmm.
products in LA about 6 months ago.
Okay.
And they were there and they were fantastic.
So we're in the process right now. We're talking to the city of Santa Ana about doing those here, but I told him 600 square feet is not going to work. So he's actually on a plane right now back to China to talk to whoever does them over there. Para hacer los más grandes.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah, but so I'm going to put him in contact.
Hey,
Yeah.
we have a lot of clients right now.
Yeah.
Because of-
ADUs, that's the way to go right now. Housing.
Yeah,
And what I tell people about when I sell ADUs too, actually, I'm building one in Anaheim right now. ADUs will increase your property values, first of
Absolutely.
all. And then second, if you're gonna go buy a condo, like in Orange County, a condo, 2-bedroom condo in Orange County, 650,000. And
at
if you,
least.
if you build an ADU and you have space to build it in your backyard, you're talking about anywhere under $200,000, but it's a brand new building, brand new plumbing, brand new electricity, brand new everything. And you can design the thing. You're gonna move into a condo with 650,000. You're gonna have an association. You're gonna have no parking, just like even if you build an ADU. And the thing about it is, all that stuff's old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old condominium. And then you got neighbors here, neighbors there. I mean, you know, if you got the room, that's the way to go.
I agree. I think the perfect client is one who has enough space,
Mhm.
who has a home,
Mhm.
and has enough space in the backyard,
Yes.
and they own maybe, let's say, 500,000.
Yeah.
And their home is worth 750.
Yeah.
Then we build maybe 2 little apartments, maybe 2-bedroom, 2-bath, right?
Mhm.
Small, maybe 1,000.
1,000 square feet,
Yeah, you know, it's kind of small. But in Orange County, those you can rent easily for $2,500.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
So you're talking about $5,000. Maybe now that you're another 350, 400,000, just to run it up.
Yeah.
900. But the moment that you finish doing those ADUs and
You
you
read out.
your value of the property is 1.3.
Yep. The property goes up 30 to 40%.
I'm actually doing one here in Santa Ana. He has a freestanding building.
Mhm.
It's a three unit. It's actually not 3. It's a freestanding building, but he rents 3 spaces.
Okay.
Right? And the city of Santa Ana is going to let us build two apartments on top of it.
On top.
So it's going to be 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2 of them. And now he owes 600 plus. It's going to be a little more, another 600 for the build up.
Mhm.
That's 1.2 mil.
Yeah.
But the moment that we finish, that building is going to be worth 2.9.
Yeah.
Tremendous
Tremendous
investment.
investment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, and the rents are going to be
Yeah.
45.
I think what a lot of people don't understand is like older people that have their house like for 20 years, if they build the ADU and they rent that out,
It pays for the
it
house.
pays for the house.
You don't need a reverse mortgage.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't need a
Yeah.
reverse mortgage.
And your property goes up in value. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because the reverse mortgage is going to eat up in your equity,
And
and you're going to end up, owing a lot more on it. So yeah,
well, you
it's
don't
the
know
way
it. Your all your equity's gone.
it starts to eat it up. So that's the best way to go. ADUs.
That's
The
it.
one I'm doing in Anaheim is off a garage, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. We got it.
Over the garage.
No, we're doing in the garage. It's a
perfect.
garage conversion.
Perfect.
ADU, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. We're going into the backyard, and so it's going to be approximately 1,100 square feet. It's not bad. You know what she's doing? It. So she's a single mom, grandma, and she's moving into the ADU, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house right next door. She's going to rent that out.
Perfect.
Vive gratis.
Like an in-laws quarter or something.
Vive gratis.
Yeah.
And then she owns the house, so she's gonna be keeping an eye on the renters right
Perfect.
there. She's got a big driveway, so they can come in todos los carros. So she's happy, and it's a brand new.
Yeah, and I
Brand
think
new.
that's going to be pretty big in the next 10 years
Uh-huh.
because of the housing shortage.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's really
There's
cool.
more land to build here. That's the other thing. There's
And
even.
they're so expensive.
Yeah. You see the houses here on Lion? They're building houses on Lion, and they start at 875, 2 bedrooms. They start at 275, 875. I'm sorry. It's crazy amount. So ADUs, tequila, préstamos.
Yeah,
¿Qué más?
I know. I do a lot of
¿No lavas
stuff.
carros?
No.
Ah, bueno.
Maybe
Teeth.
if the price is right. My teeth, yeah. The
Oh, that's
implants.
right. You can do
Implant.
the implants for your teeth. That's right.
Implants.
Yeah.
And some of the insurance cover the implants in Mexico. So,
Poco, yeah.
yeah. So that and I don't like talking bad about anybody, but
Right.
the quality that you can get sometimes in Mexico
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit better than the U.S.
Really?
Because what happens in the Mexico, you
Mhm.
get so much practice, right?
Mhm.
Because there's so much need for it.
Yeah.
And then you see patients. When I went to dental school, we saw patients the first week, you know, and it was like, wow, okay, no, you do it. And we had patients.
Te tienes que aventar.
Yeah, with the social service, we would do 100 extractions a day.
100 extractions.
Yeah, yeah. So you get a lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot. When we did clinics every day the last year, and
Okay.
it was 8 hours of patients. Yeah. So when you get a Mexican dentist, I mean, that went to a pretty decent school, and there's like really good schools in Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
The Guadalajara universities are excellent. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, NAM is very renowned. I mean, I just talked to somebody yesterday actually that took their courses here, and they took. There's a high school course at Valley High School. I toured the school yesterday. They can go to that school for 4 years and leave there already with almost a dental assistant certificate. Then from there she graduated and went to Mexico, and I think she went to UNAM, became a dentist in Mexico. Y habla inglés acá porque es de ciudadana. She comes back and she takes her test. She's in the process of being a dentist. Yeah. So they take the stuff from UNAM. As long as you can take the test in English over here, it works.
So and especially at university, because I don't think it's the best, but it has a lot of political clout.
Oh, does it?
It's one of the oldest.
Okay.
A lot of ex-presidents went there.
Mm-hmm.
I think the president now and the one before
Mhm.
in Mexico, they went there.
López
So,
Obrador
yeah,
and the new one.
yeah, and so that's why.
Yeah.
You know, if you're good anywhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
That's good.
yeah, and I got to see a lot of the dentists that practice here when I was in the dental offices as a manager, as a
Mhm.
regional manager marketing, and some of the work you're going, oh my goodness, you know, how did they get through school?
How did they
right?
make it?
Yeah, I mean, they were in theory they're
Mhm.
fantastic and knowledge of it, but in practice,
Yeah.
because you practice so much,
Right.
they do over and over. Yeah, and that takes practice. It's an
Yeah.
art.
You can't just do it all in the books. You got to basically
gotta do
get out
it.
there and practice and do stuff. And more than important than anything, experience. That's the experience of doing stuff and knowing how to handle clients and so
That's right.
forth. So if you guys are interested in any of the stuff that Jorge is talking about, Jorge Miranda, the number's scrolling here at the bottom on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If not, what's your number, Jorge? Give it to Instagram over here.
714-206-2296.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
you got-
and anytime if you have questions, I'm always eager to help you.
he's always got bottles of
Anybody
tequila in his car, so
That's it.
That's it. That's how he does it. So yeah. So a lot of stuff, a lot of services to our community. I like to bring on people that do service to the community, are doing business. I mean, we're all in business. We're all in business to make money, obviously, to make a living. But it's always, good to know about people, and maybe somebody might connect with you and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a hard money loan." Or,
And I want to kind of tell people too that you can buy a property now in Mexico.
Mhm.
From here, you can get a loan from in the States to buy
Okay.
a property in Mexico now.
anywhere?
Anywhere and anywhere in Mexico.
Okay.
It's not your usual. You don't hold title as you would do here, but it's called a fideicomiso, which is a trust.
A
right?
trust.
It's just like a trust here.
Fideicomiso.
Fideicomiso. So you can do that, and I have the connections. You can get you a loan and the real estate. Actually, what I've done with friends that they like one of our properties on the beach. I have
Mhm.
beachfront properties.
Sure, everybody wants property on the beach.
We all want to live on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? And here, I mean,
It's
the
crazy.
cheapest one
Yeah.
is what, 3 million?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it's just.
And then
Crazy.
and you got no parking. That's
I mean, it's crazy,
Yeah.
right? I just saw a friend of mine had a listing in Seal Beach, 3 blocks from the beach, 3.5 mil. Yeah, and in
So
Mexico,
close.
in Rosarito, or in playas, or you can get Cancun, Tulum, you can get it, and you can get a beautiful home,
Yeah.
by the beach, 300, 400, 500,000, depends. So
Wow, that's
then,
interesting.
hook me up.
And then is it a 30-year loan too and everything, or?
I know it's a fideicomiso actually, the loan is shorter, but the fideicomiso for 30 years. If it comes down to the point, then you just get another one, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
hopefully live more than 90 years.
Got
right?
it. So you extend it.
You extend.
You extend it. Got it.
Yeah.
So all kinds of different things.
That's fun, you get to,
Yeah.
once you're old enough to know a lot of stuff, and you get to
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff with people that you like.
Well, it's important to share stuff with the community because the community is more than anything sometimes not informed, or they don't know who to go to.
Right.
And that's what we try to get here. People that you can go to and that we trust that can come in and help you out whether it be with one business or another business. O sea, que habla un poquito en español para que la gente, porque nos mire la gente de aquí en Santana somos 84% mexicanos, ¿verdad?
Sí, claro.
No hispanos, mexicanos. Y ahí hay un otro salvadoreño, guatemalteco, pero
Es que
84% mexicanos.
estaba
aquí.
platicando con una persona
Sí.
que decimos que es la reconquista, ¿no?
Ándale.
La primera reconquista nos tomó 700 años, tuvimos que correr a los moros, ¿no?
Ajá.
De España. Y ahora nosotros, como mexicanos, vamos a reconquistar una casa a la vez, ¿no?
Sí, claro, claro.
Y,
O sea, eso era antes de nosotros.
sí, claro.
Pero como todos se pendejaron los mexicanos y se los fregaron.
La línea, yo no crucé la línea.
La línea me cruzó a mí.
Y sí, claro, vamos a tener esa oportunidad.
Y es parte también, es importante que la gente sepa que es parte de la historia. Y mucha gente no sabe esa historia de México.
Bueno, que hemos platicado yo sobre historia, viendo a la universidad, fui
Sí.
un fui guía de la universidad. Yo llevaba que te diré, VIPs que le llaman ahora, o sea, gente que iba a ver la universidad porque tiene mucha historia.
Sí.
Yo les platicaba sobre la historia de la...
Entonces,
de
como
la
guía.
Sí, como guía, exactamente lo que era, guía universitario. Y hablan de que la conquista española, digo, bueno, vamos a estar un momento, ¿no? El momento que los españoles vinieron, no eran ni españoles, porque no había España en ese tiempo, ¿no? Vamos a estar correctos, eran de Extremadura, vinieron y eran una bola de baturros, ¿no? Y en México no era México, era una bola de tribus, que los aztecas eran bien gandallas,
sí,
¿no?
también, ¿no? Todos los
bien gandallas, ¿no?
Sí, gandalla contra gandalla.
Sí, pues los primeros narcos, ¿no? Pedían piso y demás.
Claro.
No, pero lo que hacen, yo digo, no es una... Y recuerden que el primer libro que trajeron fue en náhuatl, o sea que no son de mi devoción española, ¿verdad? Pero hay que ser honestos de lo que pasó, ¿no? O sea,
Claro,
¿qué pasó ahí?
Claro.
México no fue México hasta mucho después.
Mucho después.
Sí.
Mucho historial, sí. Por aquí platicando en español un poquito de tus servicios, de todo lo que tú
haces. Cuando estás en una casa, si estás en el momento que no puedes pagar tu casa, que tuviste problemas, me puedes llamar y yo te consigo lo que llaman Harman, lo que habíamos platicado. Es un préstamo
corto,
muy corto. El costo es alto y el interés es alto, pero te va a salvar de perder tu casa. Entonces estructuramos para que puedas salvar tu casa en el futuro. Es una estructuración de tu hipoteca, ¿no? Es lo que hacemos, ¿no? Y porque pasan muchas cosas, ¿no?
Enfermedades, pérdida de empleo y todo eso.
No,
eso es
a miles, ¿no? O sea, unforeseeable acts, ¿no?
Claro, cualquier cosa pues que no puedes controlar, algo, alguna tragedia, vamos a decir, ¿no? Como una tragedia.
No, se mueren parientes, necesitamos esto, no pudimos, nos fuimos a México, ya sabes. Entonces, te van a quitar la casa, se llama un NOD, Notice of Default, que es un aviso que no pagaste. Entonces hay uno que se llama foreclosure notice, una noticia que te van a embargar la casa española. Entonces me llamas y entonces te conseguimos un préstamo, curita por decir.
Curita por un tiempo, máximo como un año.
Y podemos salvar tu casa. Claro. Es lo que hacemos. Y te consultoría en muchos negocios, ¿no?
Sí.
Ya no hago SBA loans porque son muy tardados.
Complicados también,
muy complicados, pero sí son una
buena ayuda.
Una alternativa para los negocios. Puedes comprar todo por decir, un señor que tiene loncheras, ¿no? Y quiere tiene 3 o 4 donde la estaciona, puede comprar un lote por SBA con 10% de enganche normal. Y SBA le ayuda. Y hay varios que son SBA Express. Si exportas algo, te pueden dar hasta 5 millones. No SBA, si eres business owner,
dueño de negocio,
es muy viable.
Una alternativa.
Muy viable. Es mucha flexibilidad.
A veces la gente piensa que es un poquito complicado.
Sí, es complicado.
Piden muchos papeles.
Sí.
Y ese es el problema, es que los motos como los mexicanos, no, we're not organized. No, que de repente, oye, esto, deja de ir a ver abajo del colchón. Y lo sacas abajo del colchón.
Sí, una persona que tiene un negocio y está facturando, por decir, $500,000, pues debe tener un contador.
Sí, claro.
Tiene que tener un contador porque si no tienes, estás perdiendo dinero, porque un contador te va a poder organizar mucho mejor y hacerte que pagues menos impuestos, por decirlo.
Claro.
O manipularlo, ¿no? Vamos a decir.
Sí. Ayudarte un poquito.
Es la realidad.
Sí.
Pero sí, eso es lo que ¿cómo se llama?
Y ahorita andas en el tequila.
Y el tequila, pues, como le estaba platicando en inglés, que me interesó mucho cuando estaba en la universidad. Tenía muchos amigos de las provincias. Y iba a León, Guanajuato, a Jalisco, a Monterrey, y llegaban chicos de la provincia a la ciudad, y yo los guiaba y me invitaban a sus casas, viajaba, O sea que me divertí mucho.
Okay.
Sí. La Ciudad de México es increíble. Todo mexicano yo creo que debe de ir.
Todo mexicano.
Sí, es el museos increíbles, el Museo de Antropología.
La comida, más que nada, ¿no? La comida.
Los tacos en la calle,
Sí,
lo mejor. Sí.
No, pero no, ahí miras cosas que tortas y esto y aquello.
A mí lo que me sorprendió más pues, llaman una torta guajolota, creo que le dicen.
Guajolota.
Es un pan y le ponen un tamal adentro. Sí. Y después le echan crema. Pero te imaginas, lo comes y te quedas con el estómago, con dolor de estómago todo el día.
Instantáneo el ataque del corazón.
Yo creo, sí. Indigestión.
Pero no se te sube el azúcar, nada ahí.
¿Quién sabe?
400 ahí, ¿no? Sí,
y cuando quieran, cualquier dentista en Tijuana, yo hago implantes más en Tijuana, porque los seguros dentales sí cubren en Tijuana. Y
ciertas cosas.
Sí, muchas cosas.
¿Oh, sí?
Sí, implantes, cirugías, que tiene coronas, endodoncias, limpiezas, curetajes, todo así.
Todo te cubre.
Y excelentes dentistas. Tienes que ir a alguien que conozcas también, ¿no? Porque sí hay mucho charlatán.
Como donde quiera, ¿no? Como donde
quiera. Que tengan mucho cuidado con cirugías plásticas en Tijuana, porque sí hay unos muy, muy buenos y hay unos muy malos.
Sí.
Tienes que saber bien. Referencias, quién te lleva, checar todo eso. Porque sí, hacen unos trabajos increíbles para las cirugías. Tengo una amiga que es cirujana estética, ¿no? Y las deja a las chicas muy bien. Muy guapas.
Muchas cosas que pues México es mucho más barato.
Sí, no, viajar, ¿no? O sea, de viaje.
Sí.
Pues, es lo que hago y es una de las cosas que hago yo.
El tequila me estabas diciendo que traes unos botes nuevos. Hay que platicar acerca de eso.
Bueno,
no botes, vamos a hablar de una bebida.
Sí, son lo que a mí me gustaba y estábamos haciendo exposiciones. Ya estaba pensando hacer algo diferente, ¿no? Me gusta mucho la mangoneada, la michelada, pero yo lo quería combinar con tequila y en algo muy conveniente, ¿no? Sí. O sea, de mucha conveniencia, que lo agarres una latita que es 750 mililitros, 12 onzas, y tiene mango y tamarindo, o sea, solamente tenemos 2 ahorita, y viene con tequila, 12% de alcohol, y chile, o sea que te lo tomas y sientes que te pica, ¿no? Pero
¿tiene muestras?
A gusto, con 2, 3.
¿Quieren muestras allá? Ya sabe.
Sí,
ahí está el milenio ya pidiendo muestras.
Sí. Ya lo hemos hecho muestras en bares en Tijuana, porque vamos a empezar en Tijuana.
Me está diciendo que las Oxxos.
Y las chicas y chicos, no, deja la jarra, déjalo. No, eso para muestras. Les gusta mucho, porque está muy rico, ¿no? Está y el chile, o sea, el picante, libera ciertas enzimas que te da un sabor más profundo, por decirlo. ¿No se han comido un chocolate chili ice cream? Ese, sí, lo comes y se siente ese chile. Y eso lo tenemos mucho en México. Sí. El mole.
Claro.
El mole es tradicional. Que es,
¿y tiene con chocolate?
Con chocolate,
sí.
Exacto. Creo que el original de Puebla es 23 tipos de chiles.
Oh, wow.
Es lo que yo sé, ¿no? Puede que esté incorrecto.
Ok.
Pero sí, con muchos tipos de chile, ponen el chocolate y cuando comes con pollo,
un sabor diferente.
Muy riquísimo. Ya se me hizo agua la boca.
Sí, perfecto.
Sí.
Muy bien. ¿Algo más que quieras compartir? Aquí, dale su teléfono en Instagram, aquí en español, y allá está en la screen.
714-206-2296. Me llamo Jorge Armando Miranda Barquera. Como nombre de telenovela, ¿verdad?
Ándale,
Jorge Armando.
Sí, Jorge Armando.
Jorge Armando.
¿Y tu tequila cómo se llama?
Hacienda de la Barquera.
Hacienda de la Barquera.
Es como mi apellido porque hay miles de marcas en el INPI. El INPI en México es como...
registro.
Como el registro, ese Instituto Mexicano de Producto... Ay, ya se me olvidó.
Pero es un registro para registrar...
Para registrar tu marca.
Tu marca.
Sí, como aquí, ¿no?
Como trademark.
El
trademark.
Y hay miles de nombres. Es muy difícil conseguir nombres de tequila. Entonces,
¿sí?
Si vieron uno que sacó esta Camila Cabello, no sé, es una cantante.
No sé.
Y se llama Pantalones.
¿El tequila?
El tequila, listo. Bueno.
Pásame los tequila pantalones.
Pantalones. Entonces, mi apellido es Barquera, que es de descendencia vasca, de España. Entonces dije, bueno, nadie lo tiene, y pues se lo puse así de la Barquera.
Perfecto.
Y me tomé como un año buscar un nombre.
¿Oh, sí?
Muy complicado, sí, es complicado conseguir.
Y ahorita, hoy en día, ya cada persona tiene su tequila,
sí,
¿verdad?
Claro, muchos tequilas.
El The Rock y LeBron, todos esos tienen su tequila.
Ya está bien porque estimulan el tequila.
Claro.
¿No? O sea, he platicado con en exposiciones, platico con los tequileros, ¿no?
Sí.
Dicen, no, ¿qué es esto? Digo, miren, esta gente puede tener un alcance a un mercado
Claro.
que nosotros no podemos tener,
Claro.
o no tenemos la habilidad de poderlo. Bueno, hay una Kardashian que tiene uno que se llama A18, no sé si lo has visto. A1A es more for young people, es para los jóvenes y en los conciertos y raves, pero esa no, está horrible. Pero esa muchacha es una genia, una genia en la mercadotecnia.
Claro, claro.
Entonces, a muchos muchachos.
En español la conocen como Kim Nalgashian. No es Kardashian, Nalgashian.
Entonces, sí, ella llegaba a una audiencia, un grupo de.
Claro. Pero nomás porque es el nombre, pero como estamos diciendo, el nombre, pero el tequila no es buen tequila. Tú, no vamos a mencionar nombres, ¿verdad? No le vamos a dar crédito a otros tequilas, pero tú, un buen tequila, pues aparte del tuyo, que está en el mercado, dinos usted.
A mí me gusta mucho Fortaleza. Había uno, hice la historia, que se llamaba Chamucos. Una botella así, de Chamuco es el diablo, ¿no?
Ya, claro.
¿Sí? Cuando le hacían en la tequilera original, le subieron el precio al tequila. El señor dijo, no, pues me voy a otro lugar. Y
ya cambió.
Pero Chamucos viejo, hace 8 años, ¿no? Delicioso.
Y ya no existe. Ya no existe.
La reserva de la familia está muy bueno. Está caro, como 140, pero sí está bueno.
La reserva de la familia.
Tengo una botella en mi casa.
¿Sí es esa?
Sí, está bueno.
Está bueno.
Sí. Hay varios que están muy ricos. Hay muchos que están muy ricos. Y lógicamente en México vas a tequileras pequeñas y hay deliciosos.
Sí.
Sí, muy ricos.
Porque hacen por cantidades pequeñas, es diferente. Small batches. So that makes a difference.
Sí,
mucha diferencia.
Mucho, ¿no? Y son artesanales mucho. Entonces sí sabes la diferencia. Claro. Ya cuando haces cuervo, sausa.
Sí, pues el cuervo es el más popular ya hace tiempo, y ahorita ya ves que empezó ahora el inventado Blue, ¿cuál es ese? El que tengo ahí ahora.
Clase azul.
Clase azul,
la botella está preciosa.
Muchas veces la gente con más compra la botella. Es como un libro, ¿no? Compras el libro por cómo se mira y
yo sí lo
y lo empiezas a leer y dices, this is crap, and you don't read it.
En ese momento yo estaba viendo porque nosotros diseñamos nuestra botella. Yo quería una botella que estaba bonita. No traje una, fíjate.
No.
Estaba bonita y te ves que tiene la luz, pero no quería una botella tan bonita que nada más compraron una y ya lo volvieron a comprar.
Y mucha gente tiene su cantina en la casa y tiene sus botellas.
O sea, esa tequila que tienen con una pistola, ¿no?
Sí, lo he visto.
¿Cuántos van a comprar? Uno y ya.
¿Y este tequila cuál es?
Ni sé qué es.
No sabes,
sé qué es.
Pero that's a display. You're not gonna drink that.
Do it again.
You're not gonna drink it either. You're buying it once.
The cost is going to have to be too high.
Yeah. Tu botella la otra vez que la trajiste, me gustó de eso que me dijiste que la hiciste para que la bartender la agarre bien fácil.
Y el helado en blanco, por decir, es para poder una ocasión especial. 15 años, boda, pues lo que tú quieras. Y se puede hacerlo en imprenta. Hemos hecho para ¿cómo le llaman?
Quinceañeras, bodas.
Quinceañeras y la otra.
Quinceañeras no deben tener alcohol, ¿sí? pero sí, pero somos mexicanos, ¿sí? El niño va a cumplir 2 años, hay que traer tequila.
El bautizo.
Ándale.
Keep Costco in business.
I know, dude. All the stuff that we buy.
Sí, pero...
Sí. No, pues qué bueno, Jorge, que viniste. Gracias por acompañarnos.
Qué bueno.
Señor productor, póngame la foto del desayuno. Nos vamos a invitar al desayuno de OCBiz. Ahora no es desayuno, es un almuerzo. Me corrigieron porque la otra vez puse que era un lonche. Y lonche, I guess, es slang o es Spanglish.
Todos hablamos
Pero
así.
todos hablamos así, ¿verdad? Pero es un almuerzo. Va a ser a 11 de la mañana a las 12:30 de la tarde.
¿Dónde va a ser?
El 28 de febrero, aquí en Spoons.
Okay.
En Spoons Restaurant con mi buen amigo Tony. Tony nos presta ahí el lugar. Tenemos audio, tenemos todo para ir, el micrófono. ¿Tú has ido? Obviamente, ahí donde estamos en Spoons. Y pues es para personas que son empresarios, personas que tienen negocios, personas que quieren conocer a otra gente. Hacemos lo que se llama el networking. Como hispanos y mexicanos y lo que sea, no hacemos ese networking, que es conexiones con otros negocios que posiblemente podemos hacer colaboraciones después, ¿verdad? Entonces, eso es lo que hacemos nosotros. Si usted vende tacos, limpia casas, tiene compañía de real estate, tiene tequila, tiene lo que usted, cualquier producto que usted ofrezca al mercado hispano, este evento es 100% en su idioma, 100% en español. No se habla ni una palabra en inglés, todo en español, para que cualquier persona aquí local en el condado de Orange, Santana, Anaheim, cualquier área. El otro día me llegó alguien hasta desde Corona y Riverside. Vinieron. Sí vienen, vienen. So, de repente quieren venir a conocer gente. Se juntan, hay veces 20 personas, a veces se juntan 50. Depende qué día caiga y depende si no llueve, depende de esas cosas. Pero 28 de febrero, ahí vamos a estar con OC Biz Latino al almuerzo, $15 por persona. Y si me traes una persona que nunca ha ido antes, son 10 y 10. $15 por persona, una persona, pero si traes a alguien más que digas, hey, yo lo traigo a él y nunca ha venido, son 10 y 10, $20.
Excelente.
Aproximadamente tendremos 3 personas, ahorita tengo 3 personas confirmadas, voy a tener una diputada que está de aquí de Estados Unidos y de Guanajuato, México, Yesenia Rojas, va a venir a platicar de lo que ella hace en Estados Unidos y lo que hace en Guanajuato, México. Va a venir nuestro buen amigo César Mendoza, que es famoso, ya sale en la televisión, César, Mañana Latina, ahí sale en la televisión cada rato. Él nos va a platicar de las hipotecas, de los préstamos de las casas, qué está pasando con el mercado.
Buen amigo el César.
Buena onda, César. Quiere comprar otra casa, quiere hacer refinanciar, cosas así que va a traer. Y siempre traigo a esa doctora, Silvia Ortiz, también es de Durango, México, ella habla español 100%. Y también nos va a dar lo que se llama la paz mental, todo lo que está pasando ahorita, mental health, es lo que está, hablar de eso, nos va a dar salud mental, nos da un pensamiento, nos ayuda, nos toma un poquito de tiempo para que respiremos ahorita y pues para que sepamos pues cómo mover, porque el estrés, el trabajo, todo lo que tenemos, y la doctora Silvia abre el evento o lo cierra, una de las dos. Como
siempre es bueno. La salud mental es importante.
Y estamos mirando a lo mejor posiblemente a alguien más, pero normalmente traemos 3 personas. Ellos suben como 10, 15 minutos, dan un discurso, dan información y hay una oportunidad para todos los que tengan su negocio, quieran empezar su negocio, tengan un negocio pequeño, hablen por 30 segundos y me digan exactamente qué es lo que ustedes hacen. Y toda la gente van a oír. Y después terminamos con el networking, platicando, ¿verdad? Intercambiando tarjetas, intercambiando sus flyers, su información, para que así puedan hacer esas conexiones con otros negocios. Entonces, el 28 de febrero, Spoons en Santana. Ahí está el flyer, guys. Lo voy a poner en mis redes sociales. Ya ahorita ya lo vamos a empezar a poner. Cualquier negocio que quiera venir y crecer y tenga preguntas. El otro día me dijo un señor, construcción, gana $300,000 al año, no tenía un bookkeeper. Necesitaba un bookkeeper. Me dijo, no sabía que mis botas y mis uniformes los podría hacer write off. Tengo 8 trocas. I didn't know I could write it off. No, me going, dude, you're leaving money on the table.
Sí.
Yeah.
Es lo que te decía.
Yeah. Por eso, esas son las cosas que hacemos, porque muchos de nuestros empresarios hispanos, latinos, mexicanos, salvadoreños, lo que sea, hacemos mucho dinero, pero no, se lo damos al gobierno, se lo damos al gobierno. Entonces,
no usamos los programas que podemos usar.
Va a haber una persona ahí también que les va a hablar acerca de aseguranza de vida. Las personas que no hacen aseguranza de vida y pagan esos investments. Vengan a platicar con esas personas para que sepan pues, qué es lo que hay que hacer. También una señora me acaba de confirmar que ella hace lo prepaid para los funerales. Tú puedes empezar a comprar tu lugar para tu funeral, tener ese espacio listo para que si tú falleces, tus hijos no tengan que sacrificar, porque estamos hablando para que te entierren $25,000. Ella te prepara, te lo da en paguitos para que lo tengas ahí más o menos. ¿Y qué creen? Si usted compra un espacio y vale, vamos a decir, $3,000 el espacio y lo tienes por 10 años, cuando ya lo vas a usar o no lo usas, lo puedes vender por 3 veces el valor. Ese espacio es real estate. Es bienes raíces. Ese espacio es real estate, porque hay veces la gente lo ocupa, si lo compra dobles más y todo eso. Entonces, esa persona también va a estar ahí para que ustedes platiquen con ellas. Nadie quiere hablar de la muerte, pero es necesario, obviamente, hablar de esas cosas, ¿verdad? Porque va a pasar, sea como sea.
True.
28 de febrero, en Spoons, aquí en Santana, el almuerzo de OC Biz Latino, guys. Muchas gracias, Jorge, por estar aquí con nosotros.
Por invitarme.
Gracias. Thank you, guys. And we will see you guys next week here. I don't know if it'll be in English or Spanish, but thanks very much. We got my cousin from Chicago over there. He's falling asleep, or he is asleep. I don't know. And we got Oscar Avalos in the back there producing. Thank you, Oscar, for coming by and helping us out. But we're out. Let me know when we're